The MLB finally gets down to their top 10 players leading into 2026. What do you know? Shohei's number 1, Judge is number 2. To that, I say boring, too easy, and it doesn't take a professional to throw those guesses out there on who's going to be the best. So I, on the other hand, who is not a professional, made my own list. And guess who's not at number 1? Judge or Ohtani. How you like them apples, huh? This is Hold My Ball podcast. Let's talk about my list. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my list of the 10 best players I think are going to be leading the charge in 2026. It probably isn't far off from a lot that you've seen. A lot of the same guys. You have to have like the same 5 guys at least in the top 10, I think, of any list. But mine is a little different. I value different things than most people. I care about things that maybe it's from my days of being a high school baseball coach that like I just look at certain things and I feel like they're more important than others. They're more valuable than others. I was a big Cal Raleigh over Aaron Judge for the MVP, even though I think Aaron Judge is the greatest right-handed hitter we've ever seen. I mean, to me, a catcher doing what he did, that's the gig. Like, that's the most valuable thing that happened last year. I would have taken him over Ohtani, too. So this isn't some, like, Yankee thing. But I do have a top 10, and I'm going to give it to you right now. I'm going to give it to you right now. I don't know if I should start at number 10 and work my way down, or number 1. Just go right with number 1. No, we're going to go 10. Number 10, my number 10 guy. I'm telling you right now, this dude is going to have a real year, a career year in Julio Rodriguez. I mean, I think what he did in the playoffs, or just the experience of the playoffs, whatever. This is, I think, that was, I think, a really, really big thing for him. And I think it's going to be a turning point in his career. And I think the guy we're going to see this year, I think is going to be a whole different animal. And I know he's been good. I know he's an all-star. I know he's the man. We're going to see a really good one. I mean, this guy is an elite defender. Last year he had 174 hits, 31 doubles, 32 jacks, 95 ribbies, 798 OPS. I just think all of these numbers are going up this year. All of them. I think the playoffs, like I said, I think they're just going to unlock like a new mindset in Julio. And really all those Mariners are still there. But I just think Julio's that guy. He's got the look. He's got the ability to be the face of, baseball, one of the faces. That's very hard to do with Ohtani and Judge in the mix. But Julio's that guy, man. He's that guy. And I just feel like he's going to have a year. And if Cal Raleigh can do what he did, in any capacity, obviously I don't think he's going to hit 60-something bombs again. But if they can work off each other, one protects the other, or vice versa, I don't know how it's going to work. But I'm telling you, Julio, put it on your calendars. He's going to have a year. The guy's going to have a year. Julio is going to have a year. That's my 10 guy. My number 9 guy, another outfielder, Corbin Carroll. I just love this dude. I absolutely love him. Elite, again, covers the outfield, doesn't have a phenomenal arm, which I kind of really don't like. I feel like maybe I'll switch him and Julio, but I just love the speed. 17 triples last year. I mean, come on. 31 homers, 32 stolen bags, 883 OPS. I think he cuts down the Ks a little bit this year now that he's got some new swing mechanics last year. His setup is a little different. I think after going through a year of it, I feel like he's going to be good this year. I feel like he's going to cut down the Ks. If he does that, more balls in play, guy with his kind of speed, gets on base more. I think he's going to have a really, really good year. I'm excited about what he's going to do. And I've liked him since he came in. Just a very, like, I'm here to do business. And then he does business. Number 8. This guy, I know he's not at all under the radar, but Junior Caminero. I gotta go with Junior here in my 8 spot. 846 OPS, 45 jacks, 28 doubles, 110 ribbies. He also led all third basemen in errors, but also led all third basemen in games played at 148. And I'll tell you this, cleaning up your defense is a lot easier than cleaning up your offense. And shoot, man, 846 OPS, 45 jacks, 28 doubles, 110 ribbies. This kid is young. I think he's going to have a huge year. I got Caminero having a gigantic year. And I like this dude too. Like him too. So I'm starting outfielder, third base. Number 7. My number 7 guy on the list, Mr. Juan Soto. As much as I do not like this guy, as much as I don't think he's a team player, as much as I think he just wants to be Juan Soto, highest paid guy in baseball, he's good. He's the toughest out in baseball, if you ask me. I mean, has to be. 263 batting average last year. Led the league in stolen bases, 38. That's crazy. 127 walks, 396 on base percentage, a 921 OPS, a silver slugger. And this is like considered a down year for Soto, which is crazy. That's how good he is in the box. Again, I'm not a Soto fan. I really haven't been since he was 19 with the Nationals winning the World Series. I was a huge fan. And then I just liked him less and less as time went on. And I hate to say that. I like to like these guys. And you know what? I'm sure if I met him, I'd be like, man, he's the man. I don't claim to know these guys. But what I see is what we all see. And I don't love Juan Soto as a baseball player. I want team guys. I want guys that look like they're here to win. And I think he was here to get his bag. He got his bag. And now I don't think he cares. But Juan Soto, let's move it on. Move it along. Number 6, another Mariner, Cal Raleigh. Mr. Cal Raleigh, big dumper. Led the league, 60 jacks, 125 ribbies. Led the league in both. A 948 OPS, 159 games played. Most home runs all time by a catcher, most by a switch hitter. Mariners franchise record. The list goes on of things this guy did. And I just think if a catcher is putting up those kind of offensive numbers, good gracious, how is that not the most valuable thing on the field? I mean, a catcher's primary job is defense, and if you hit, it's a bonus. It's just like a plus. Sweet. You also hit? And everyone's like, oh, he wasn't even this. He's a platinum glove winner a year ago, which means that's in there. I know he didn't play platinum glove defense this last year or even gold glove defense. That's fine. A guy that is a platinum and gold glover is never going to be horrible back there. And you take all these metrics of different shit that I hate. I don't really care. There's a switch hitting catcher who has 60 bombs, and he's pretty even from the right and the left side of the plate. And when it comes down to crunch time, that's pretty important to be able to do, to put in your best lefty pitcher late in the game to face their best lefty hitter, and their best lefty hitter goes, cool, you're bringing a lefty in? I'll go righty and hit a tank like he did in the playoffs in the biggest game of the season. I'm telling you, Cal Raleigh, ultra valuable. I don't have a problem with Aaron Judge winning it. It just bums me out because all it says is that defense doesn't matter for the MVP, and so be it. It's a hitting award, and that's fine. Number 5 on my list, this guy I think is going to have one of the best years of anybody in the whole league. Vladdy Jr. Second among first baseman with a 143 OPS plus last year. I mean, that's since 2021. That's 5 years. He's second among first basemen with a 143 OPS plus. This last postseason, 18 games, 397 average, 8 homers, 15 ribbies, 7 Ks and 14 walks, a 1.289 OPS. And the regular season, this dude hit 292, 23 jacks, 84 ribbies, 848 OPS, and 156 games with a 991 fielding percentage at first base. I am telling you, Vladdy signed that contract and he came through year 1, and I love to see it because a lot of times they sign these big contracts and just tank immediately. Not Vladdy. I'm telling you, he had a season pretty decent. And then he had a playoff run. And much like Julio and much like Cal Raleigh, these guys, that run, I'm telling you, is going to pay big time. And you are going to see a whole different Vladdy this year. I think we're going to get playoff Vladdy all year long. Do I think that he's going to hit 397? Absolutely not. Do I think his OPS is going to be 1.289? Absolutely not. But I think he is one of the best hitters in all of baseball. He goes pole to pole. Doesn't matter. He'll hit you to the oppo side. He'll hit you pole side. He'll hit a gap. He'll hit a bomb. This guy can hit. He can friggin' hit. And I think he's one of the best in the league. His defense has picked up significantly. He's lost some weight. I think this is an MVP caliber season. And if I didn't have a different MVP already winning, who I'll tell you in a little bit, I think I would go Vladdy. I think I would. Number 4. Underrated, but everybody talks about how underrated he is, which makes me feel like he's not underrated. J Ram, my guy. My guy. Everybody's guy. Signed with Cleveland on a, we'll call it a sweetheart deal. Stays loyal. Wants to build and win there. 863 OPS last year, 30 jacks, 44 stolen bases, 118 ribbies, third in MVP voting, 74 strikeouts in 673 plate appearances. What more can you ask for? What more can you ask for? I love this guy. I absolutely love him. And I want to see Jose Ramirez have another phenomenal year. This to me is a model of like consistency in the game today. You see guys that show up and they're good, and then next year they're not. This guy is doing it year in, year out. Huge fan. I want to see him have a really good year. Now I'm down to my top 3, and if you know baseball whatsoever, you know what's coming. 2 guys, if you really know and you pay attention, there's only 3 guys left that could possibly be here, and mine is possibly the only one that doesn't have these next 2 guys. In the one spot, number 3, I'm taking Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is going to be my number 3 guy. All-time record, 53 homers by a batting champion last year. This guy is a batting champion. He hit like 320-something and also had 53 jacks, which is stupid. I mean, he's as good as it can possibly get in today's game. Peavy said it, he'd be the greatest Yankee ever, and I don't think he's wrong. I mean, comparing eras is always tough, but this era of pitching and doing what Judge is doing, I mean, he's going to go down as the best right-handed power hitter and likely the best overall hitter that the game has ever seen from the right side of the plate, because you can't really take much away from Bonds. But Aaron Judge, I don't know what there is really to say about him. I will say this. I'm going to say it now. I think he's going to have a down year, an Aaron Judge down year. I think he's going to have a great year, but I think it is going to be underwhelming. I do not having him win the MVP for the 3rd time in a row, 4th time in a row, whatever he's on, 10th time. I don't know. I know he's the heavy favorite. I don't think he's going to win it. My number 2 guy, number 2 out of 10, Shohei Ohtani. No, I'm not taking him number 1. I'm not taking Aaron Judge number 1 either. Am I stupid? Am I crazy? Maybe. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I just value things a little differently than other people. This is an obvious number 1 for everybody, except those who may argue Judge, which is fair. But when it comes to Ohtani and Judge, one guy plays right field and one guy pitches. And when he actually pitches, there's nobody that's going to compete with him as far as value. So Ohtani, obviously my number 2 guy here, just beyond, even if I'm drafting, beyond what he does on the field, what he does for a team, as we've seen, what he does for a franchise, this guy is just like, you can't even measure what he brings to the table. You really can't. And if you do, you get a lot of zeros behind that dollar sign, and a lot of commas, and then a lot of wins, a lot of home runs, a lot of ribbies, a lot of everything. Shohei Ohtani is the man. Aaron Judge, the man. But for me, the man in 2026, My number one guy, if I had to pick 10 in a row, this would be my first pick off the board. Don't care what anybody thinks. I do not think I'm wrong. Bobby Witt Jr. This is my dude. Led the big league in hits last year, 184. That's his second year in a row. Led it in doubles with 47. He added 6 triples and 23 jacks. The guy hit 295 with an 852 OPS. He's never played less than 150 games. I like that. 38 stolen bases, Gold Glove, Silver Slugger, 4th in MVP voting, and was 2nd in 2024. Defense was considered an issue early in his career. So this guy just rifles off back-to-back Gold Gloves. All right, that was an issue. No problem. Let me fix that. This is why I love this dude. This is why I would take him first. I swear on my life, I'd take him over Ohtani. I would take him over Judge. If I had to take one guy in 2026 to start my team around, it's Bobby Witt Jr. I want a guy that hits around 300. I want a guy with pop. I want a guy with speed. I want a guy with the Gold Glove at shortstop. He's in on every play. This to me is the first guy in the schoolyard who's picked in the wiffle ball game or the pickup, softball, baseball game. Bobby Witt's the guy. He's you're the most athletic, the fastest guy in the field. He is a tough out. He is a Gold Glove. He's just baseball, and he loves baseball, which tells me all he wants to do is be the best. And I'm telling you right now, my 2 MVPs for this year, 2 of them, 2 MVPs, neither of them named Aaron Judge or Shohei Ohtani. My 2026 Major League Baseball most valuable player in the American League, Bobby Witt Jr. It's got to be Bobby Witt. This is his year. He's going to have an MVP. And in the National League, you guys are going to love this one. You're going to love this one. I don't even like saying it, but I'm going to say it. Juan Soto, 2026 National League most valuable player. We're going to have to come back to this if I'm right. And if I'm right, I will be happy for Bobby Witt Jr. and I will be happy for Juan Soto. Sure. I guess. We'll see. A couple guys I left off the list. Eugenio Suarez, he was a good one. I like him this year. Ketel Marte, I like him. Nick Kurtz, excited to see what he does. Lawrence Butler. Really the whole A's team. They signed all these young friggin' studs for cheap, man. I'm excited about the Oakland Athletics. Anybody else? Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited about baseball. Spring training's around the corner. WBC is right around the corner. We're having fun. We're getting close. We can smell the fresh cut grass. We're so close. We're so close. You guys, let me know if you made it this far in the comments and tell me what you think of my list. Tell me what you think of my list. I'll run it back for you one time. Here's 1 through 10. Bobby Witt Jr., number 1. Ohtani, 2. Judge, 3. J-Ram, 4. Vladdy, 5. Cal Raleigh, 6. Juan Soto, 7. Junior Caminero, 8. Corbin Carroll, 9. And Julio Rodriguez, 10.